Hello, my name is Bogdan. For almost 50 years I'm engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, programming of industrial computers, science. Science is my thing. Well, a few years ago I discovered my heart. So I would like to tell you a little bit about the heart and human heart and science behind it. But I would like to start this talk with this exercise. I want you to start breathing slower and deeper than normal. Nice, slow breaths. Feel like you're breathing into your heart and out of your heart. Now put your hand on your heart. Touch your heart. Close your eyes. Bring to your attention someone, something, or situation that you really, really love and appreciate. And hold on to this feeling in your heart. Now your heart is full of love. Share this love with yourself. And share this love with all who watch this video. How does that feel to be in your heart? Isn't that a great feeling? Well, in the beginning, there was a heart. When you and I were a little tiny cluster of cells and molecules in our mom's womb, what developed there first? What is the first thing the doctors detect? The heart and the heartbeat. And you know, at this point in early stages, that heart doesn't even look like a heart. But those specialized cells, they form like two tubes. And then there is that explanation for the heartbeat. Heartbeat is the electrical event. It's small electrical currents are produced by specialized cells. And they say, the scientists say, one of those cells quivers. And this is how heartbeat begins. Well, I do have a little issue with that quivering of that cell, but well, I haven't found the answer yet. I'm looking. But anyways, that whole human developing around the heart, around the heartbeat. And it grows rapidly. And then there's another heart involved in this, and that's the heart of the mother. And perhaps there is another heart involved in this, the father. And maybe there is a sibling or a couple siblings running around and touching the belly of the mother and talking to their brothers or sister with love. And here's this relationship, here's this connection that develops in the heart. And we were taught at school that the heart is just a pump that pumps the blood throughout the bloodstream. Well, there is more to the heart than this, much more. There is a communication going on all the time between the heart and the brain and the rest of the body. And you know, this is all scientific things. They can be measured and they can be seen. And this communication has many channels. One of those channels is called neurological channel, where, well, the nervous system is talking between heart and the brain and the rest of the body. And then there is a biochemical channel where the hormones are used. And a biophysical channel where the pulse wave is involved. And what is the pulse wave? Well, the pulse wave is the contraction of the heart sending the blood through the bloodstream. And here's my favorite, electromagnetic channel. And this uses the electromagnetic fields. And yes, they can be measured. They can measure field of the heart, they can measure field of the brain, and also they can measure field of the cell. Field of the heart is about 100 times larger than field of the brain. And it's not contained in the body. It expands behind the body, about 3 feet around. That's what the scientific establishment is telling us. They can measure all this. So there's another discovery, very recent one. In 1990s, they discovered some specialized cells. They look like neurons. And this is about 40,000 of them, and they are in the heart. And they are thinking independently from the brain. And the heart can make its own decision using those cells. There's a brain there. So perhaps we have two brains, you see. So now I want you to do another exercise. On 3, please point to yourself. 1, 2, 3. Now, I was just showing you one of the simple way of testing your heart intelligence. You didn't point to your head, did you? Or to your hip or to your knee. You pointed straight to your heart. And if you ask a little child to point to himself or herself, they're going to do exactly the same thing because there is that intelligence. That must be something very important in the heart. So let's go and review a little story here. I want to tell you a little story. You and your friend or your spouse are going to a car trip. It's a short, about 3-hour drive car trip. So you both excited about it because you always want to visit this place. So here's a nice bright morning and you're getting ready and you got your stuff in the car and you get in your car and you pull off of your driveway and you start having this conversation. And the subject is something that you are both really passionate about. So you keep on talking and you indulge yourself in this conversation. And about 3 hours later, your car stops. And you look at each other with disbelief because you are at your destination. Yet, you don't remember one single thing how you got there. You don't remember one stoplight. You don't remember how you merge on a highway. You don't remember one single thing. So here's my question to you. Who drove the car? Who delivered you safely into your destination? Now we're going to crunch some numbers. So I want you to see and imagine 50 big dump trucks full of beautiful yellow sand lined up on a highway. 50. Okay? They represent 50 trillion grain of the sands. Yes. 50 trillion grain of sand will fit on 50 those dump trucks. Human body is built off of 50 trillion cells about. Somebody must count them. Poor guy. But every one of those cells has a specific intelligence. And there is 100,000 transactions per second in every one of those cells. Well, here's my final question to you. Who is the conductor of this spectacular symphonic orchestra called human body? Who is running the show? Well, let's get some answers. And answer to both of those questions is you are. You are running the show. You are more than you think. There is more intelligence to you than you know. And this is all in your heart. So if you do this little tiny exercise that we were talking about, and we did it in the beginning of this video, you putting yourself into specific cooperation between the heart and the brain and the rest of your body. You are at the peak performance. And many people are learning this exercise throughout the world, because that changes everything. You are teaching yourself again to see things, to see your situation, to see yourself and the rest of the surroundings throughout eyes of your heart. And you're getting in touch with something much bigger than just the heart. There is your true, authentic self, temporary, residing in your heart, and is very, very powerful. There is that intelligence out there that creates the stars, that runs the planets, that spins the planets, that creates the life. And you are part of it. And this is how you get in touch with this intelligence. You just breathe slow. What you're doing when you're breathing slow, you're telling your body, hey, everything is fine, I'm safe. Now when you touch your heart, you're bringing your attention to the place where you're touching. Your intent is there. And you're feeling this emotion of someone or somebody that is loved by you. Well, you're holding that emotion in your heart. You're creating a connection between you and your heart. And then everything starts working beautifully together. And you are at a peak performance. See? So this is one of the benefits. Now, this affects every single thing about you. It affects your relationships. It affects your performance in those relationships and on the jobs. And it creates that field around you that other people are picking on. Yes, that creates that. And people are picking on it. And you become a magnet. And you are surrounded with love because you are love. We will talk about some more about the heart and how this all started for me in my next video. For now, may the grace and love of your own heart be always with you, my friend.